not supposed to have like a teddy bear or something?
Hey everybody, what's up? It's Jasmine, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about fluoxetine. So this is another fluoxetine update. I think we're on like month 4, possibly month 5. I'm not really sure, but it's been a while basically. So I'm not at the beginning stages anymore. This is like, I think this is how it's gonna be for however long I take it. I know in the last update I talked about how one of the biggest side effects I was having was weight loss, lack of appetite, and that's still an ongoing issue. I think that that's something that I really need to work on myself, is to, you know, set up a schedule for eating and to maintain a balanced diet and meal times, etc., etc. Because I have intentions to do that, but then I don't do it, you know. So it's gotten to the point where I realize I just got to be like tough on myself. So there's that. I'm still underweight. I think that that's just something that I really gotta like think about and focus on. Like, I gotta do this, I gotta get better at this, because then hopefully I'll have more energy and I'll feel better and things like that. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is that I feel a lot clearer. I also feel like I have less anxiety about just kind of overall. I don't know if I really explained how my anxiety was. Obviously I explained about the panic attacks and things. I haven't really had a panic attack in a while. I've been upset. Like last night I cried and I felt really not good and things like that, but it wasn't in despair. It was sadness because I was sad because something sad happened. I think that considering, knowing what it's been like for myself, last night feeling awful was nowhere near the awfulness that I have felt. So that feels quite good, because I feel like, well, you know, if that's how feeling bad feels, I can do that. That's fine. Like, so the next thing is that before, with my anxiety, I would often think about all different sorts of things. Like, I would always feel anxious about money, about food, about my like work permit in Sweden. I'd feel really anxious about work. Like, if they, I don't know, like, I always felt like I secretly was not good at my job and that one day they would find out. And so, like, there were all sorts of things that I'd feel anxious about. And I would say that in some ways, I feel like a lot of that has died down. Like, not all of it. I still spend a lot of time like thinking about money. I still spend a lot of time thinking about my work, and I still spend a lot of time, you know, like the food thing is still an issue. And but I feel like the last week especially I've seen quite an improvement. But basically I just feel like a lot of the things that I was feeling, a lot of the thoughts that I was feeling have kind of like died down a little bit. Like, now when I think about money, I don't think like, oh, you know, I need to like really keep control of this and I need to know everything and everything like that. And it feels like I've let go a little bit, and it feels the same about work. I got a pay rise last week, and I don't know if that helped or what, but it just, yeah, I feel a little bit less like, oh, they're gonna find out that I do a bad job. Yeah, so that's actually, I hope that that continues, and I think that that's, you know, doing positive self-talk and things like that. So probably the last positive thing that I want to talk about is that I feel like I have a better understanding of what's kind of missing in my life. And by that I mean that in the weekend I still can get upset. Usually I get upset about midday, and it usually goes for like 1 or 2 hours where I just feel really awful, and like I'll cry and I'll try and reach out to people. But the thing is that like before then, I'll get up at like 9:30 in the morning, and I'll get up, I'll clean my apartment, I'll do my washing and these things, like I'll be productive. So it's really only like this short period of time where I just get really down and feel not great. And today, or like the last few days, I've kind of had like this epiphany where I realized that I feel lonely, like I'm a lonely person at the moment. And that doesn't mean to say that I need more friends or anything like that, but it does mean that I need to work on that. Like that's something along with the food that I need to work on to get myself into a better place. And one thing that I've realized is that when I paint and when I draw and when I make videos, you know, like when I'm talking to you guys and things like that, doing these creative things, I don't think about how alone I feel, or I don't get upset because I feel like there are these things that I can do, and it kind of feels like, I don't know if it's, I just feel like being on the medication and being on it for so long, and now I'm sort of seeing like a clearer picture, and so then I can see these things like yes, I get really sad at midday. What can I do about that? And now I have ideas, you know, like I can try and make lunch dates with friends the week before to try and, you know, set something up. I can do painting, I can do drawing, I can make a video, I can do things to help get through that time. And before I wouldn't have been able to think of that, and now I can, so that's really great. So side effects, from the fluoxetine, I feel like I'm having really vivid dreams, and it can be really difficult because, for example, I had a dream that I messaged my ex-boyfriend about something and that he replied in a really positive way, and so the next day when I woke up I believed that that had happened, and then so about midday I decided to check my phone, and then I realized that that hadn't happened, and I was really shocked and upset because this positive thing that I thought had happened hadn't happened at all, and that was really upsetting. I've also been having dreams about like zombies and things like that, so just kind of unsettling things, and like I've had other dreams where just it's kind of seemed really real. But the worst part is, like, it won't even be like a nightmare or anything, it'll just be a dream where this situation has happened and now I feel upset and stressed out and everything, and then when I wake up, that's how I feel for most of the day, and I know that it's come from the dreams, so I can sort of feel, I can sort of think, well, you know, these feelings are just from the dreams, so it's not my life that is a problem, but it's really kind of unsettling to be still upset about a dream. I don't know, or to like have these feelings move from the dream to your waking life. So it's kind of unsettling. I've kind of been having a difficult time remembering to take my medication, which is pretty bad. But I think I'm getting back on top of that again. There's one last thing that I would like to say, which is that in the past few months, I've been sick at least 3 times, like 3 or 4 times. And, you know, like a sore throat or like a cold or, you know, things like that. And I'm kind of, I don't know, like, I don't know if that's the medication, like, I don't know what it is, but it sucks. I kind of think that that's something that would get better, like, once I eat properly and put on a little bit of weight. But I don't know, if you guys have that problem as well, let me know. But yeah, so if you guys, I don't know, I'm really into dreams, so if you guys want to leave a comment about what type of weird dreams you've been having, or if you want to talk about the symptoms that you've been having on the medication, then leave that down below.